gospel music is all about tension and release. And there's some German word for it, but I forgot what it's called. But anyway, I'm going to show you here on the piano. I'm going to show you some tricks that can allow you to gospelize any song of any genre, if you wish to do so too. Now, as I said, gospel music is all about tension. So you have to build tension by building dissonance and by building movement. Now, a great way to build movement is by using a dominant seventh chord. So I'm going to play, we're in the key of C. I'm going to build a dominant seventh chord. So I need to build a major triad. So I have a C, G, F. That's my C major chord. And I go up to the seventh note of the scale, which is B, and I lower it a half step, and now C, E, B flat is a dominant seventh chord. Now, I can use this when I'm going to change chords, for instance. So, I'm going to play Amazing Grace. And so I sit here and I go. Now the next chord, I have two, next chord's going to be an F. So I put that dominant seventh chord in between it. You hear that movement? I'm just using dominant seventh chord to go in between them. Now, you can also use a dominant seventh chord. This is very common even in non-gospel styles. But the fifth chord of the scale, which is in C, so we're in G, and it's G, B, D, F. Going back to the one chord, use the seventh chord there. It has a stronger cadence, so they'd say. Now, augmented chords use sharp the fifth of a major triad. So, I'm playing a major triad. I'm going to raise the fifth. Augmented chord. Sounds pretty harsh, but if I'm going from a 1 to a 4 chord, I have movement. You see that movement? Half-step movement there gives it a real gospel feel. So, I'm going to play Amazing Grace again. See that? And that's very effective. You can use diminished chords as well. Diminished chords, you flat the 3 and the 5, a major triad by a half step. So, for gospel purposes, augmented chords are most effective when you're going from a 4 chord to a 1 chord. Allow me to demonstrate. See that? What I did is I played my 4 chord and I raised the root by a half step, effectively making an F sharp diminished chord. So, once again you have that movement, that F sharp, that F going to F sharp going to G. And that's what gives it a gospel feel. And that's very effective as well. Now there's a lot of substitutions you can use. You can use chords outside of a scale, outside of any scale, for chords within the scale. So for example, you take the 5th chord of any key, we're in C, so I'm going to use G, and you make it a minor chord, minor fifth chord, you can use it in the place of any one chord. So for example, that's called a relief chord, the minor fifth of any chord. And you can use a minor fifth of any, not necessarily the root. I could use the minor fifth of F, for example. So I could go and that's effective as well. Now you can use the minor sixth chord for any one chord, any root chord. So for example, I go and find the relative minor. C, that's A flat. So I'm playing Amazing Grace. I didn't go to C, I went to A minor. That's very effective. You can also substitute the 3 chord for the 1 chord. So I could play it's a 3 chord. It's a major 3 chord. See, that makes it an E. Similarly, you could use it going, I think most effectively even, going from 1 to 6. That's very stereotypically gospel, but it's very effective. When it comes to playing bass stuff in gospel music, the 10th is very common because it has the resonance of a full chord. So I'm just playing C and an E. Now my hands aren't big enough to effectively play it, so you could just roll it, hit the pedal down, and there you go. Now your hand's free to do other things while it's ringing. When changing chords, walking up chromatically is very useful. For example, see especially if you do it in octaves. So just walking between chords any way you can. Any notes work really, but chromatic really gets that, you got that edge in there. Now I'm going to demonstrate all these things that I showed you by playing Amazing Grace.